Unpopular vote. Am I the only one that sees that Trump's nationalism is backed by a foreign government? Like how paradoxical it is to have Russian-sponsored nationalism in the United States. Whenever Trump says we're going to put America first, it really just seems like he's doing Russia's bidding. Russia wanted him to shut up that Iran deal because then Iran is totally isolated. So people say, well, he's not doing Russia's bidding because that Iran deal, that's something that would help Iran and Russia's allies with Iran. Kind of. Russia is allies with Bashar al-Assad and Iran because they have to be. I don't know that Russia really has any long-term allies in terms of the way that they really view the world. It's kind of always a marriage of convenience. With Iran, they want America and Iran to be at each other's throats because Iran has a huge population. Iran has a bigger population than Russia does. So there's no reason that a country the size of Iran should be a client state of the Soviet Union. Like that's kind of outrageous in this terms. But the only way that can happen is if America boycotts Iran and we don't have good relations with them. They like that because then Iran is totally isolated. They've got no allies. They have to turn to Russia and do this. The Iran deal shutting that is absolutely on Vladimir Putin's behalf. Same way with the Paris climate agreements. Russia wants America to completely retreat from the world stage. They like us to abandon our support of NATO and the United Nations. They like us to retreat from the world stage. They like them to pick up the slack or China to pick up the slack. And every step that we take back is a step that they take forward. What their long-term goal really is for Europe to be totally weak and disorganized and at each other's throats, which is why they also hacked the election for Marine Le Pen and the German candidates, and they really want to sponsor those nationalistic pro-right-wing movements in Europe, of all places, which you think, well, they used to be against that when they were the Soviet Union, but all that's out the window. All the old rules are out the window. And they want America to have a puppet like Trump so that way they can reabsorb the Ukraine. I think their ultimate long-term goal is to reabsorb most of the former Soviet Union, especially Ukraine, which is not for that right now. But if Europe is fighting, the European Union is dissolving, and American, president is more worried about what a female celebrity says about him on Twitter, and he's totally off on his own moonbeam, it's a very weak world for them to try to do that, and Ukraine is essentially on their own. Now, I know that a lot of Trump's fans don't see, they think, well, America first, that's a great slogan. I guess it is, unless the people really responsible for that are Russia and every move that we're making is on their behalf. Trump's fans are paranoid lunatics. They think that like Israel is somehow pulling the strings of our government and everything we've ever done is on behalf of Israel. Well, there's an even worse outcome than that, which is everything we're doing is on behalf of Russia, an enemy state that has never been our ally.